So again hello and again welcome to the channel. A simple and entertaining problem that looks pointless at start, but nevertheless it has a unique solution, and I believe everyone can find it after a little bit of effort. So, a school needed to send a rep to a talent quest. There were 3 excellent students: Alice, Boris, and Claire. A, B, and C. So a series of tests took place to find the best of those 3 students. At each test, the best answer got the highest mark, H. The worst answer got the lowest mark, L. The answer which is neither best nor worst gets an intermediate mark, M, which is less than H but more than L. The values of marks are not given, but it is given that these marks are natural numbers, positive integers. On completion of all tests, the total scores were the following: Alice 22 points, Boris and Claire 9 points each, and Boris got the highest score in mathematics. Can you guess the question? Who got the intermediate mark in literature? The following clarification may help you. Even though it is not specified explicitly, I assumed that the marks for each test were different. In other words, each test had exactly 1 L, 1 M, and 1 H. This is the major idea. Since at each test there was exactly 1 L, 1 M, and 1 H, the total score for each test was the same, which is L plus M plus H. Now, if N is the number of tests, the overall score for all students and all tests will be N times L plus M plus H. But this overall score can be found by adding up all student scores. 22 for Alice, 9 for Boris, and 9 for Claire add up to 40. And we can write an equation from which it follows that N must be a divisor of 40. We can further reduce the range for N by noticing that since L is a positive integer, it can be no less than 1. M is also a positive integer, which is bigger than L, so M is no less than 2. And finally, H is no less than 3. By adding up all the inequations, we get L plus M plus H is no less than 6. Therefore, N, which is 40 divided by L plus M plus H, is no more than 40 over 6, or 6 2/3. So we know that N is a divisor of 40, and it is no more than 6. Therefore, the possible values of N are 1, 2, 4, and 5. Can N be 1? Well, we know that there were at least math and literature. However, literature is only mentioned in the question, which may be misleading. There is another argument against N being 1. A single test had to be in math, where Boris got the highest mark, so his total score would be higher than Alice's. And this is wrong. So N is not 1, and let's assume N is 2. So Boris gets H in math and at least L in the literature. So his total score is no less than H plus 1. Since we know that Boris scored 9, we have an inequation. H plus 1 is no more than 9, Therefore, H is no more than 8. Then M is no more than 7. Then, since Alice couldn't get H in math, her score is no more than M in math and H is literature, which is no more than 15. And this is wrong again, so case n equals 2 is also eliminated. Now consider case n equals 4. And again start with Boris, who got H in math and no less than L in 3 other subjects. So his total score is no less than H plus 3. And therefore H plus 3 is no more than 9 and H is no more than 6. At the same time, if H is 5 or less, then M is no more than 4. So Alice's score, which is no more than M plus 3H, would be no more than 19. But her actual score is over 19. Therefore, H must be 6, which means that Boris could get no more than 1 in all subjects other than math, otherwise his score would be above 9. Since mark 1 can stand only for L, then L is 1. Then Claire must get at least M in all subjects other than math, while she could get L in math. This means that if M is 3 or more, then Claire's score is no less than L plus 3M, which is no less than 10. But actual Claire's score is 9, therefore M must be 2. In this case, Alice's score is no more than 20, which again doesn't apply to her real score of 22. This leaves the only case for n. N equals 5. So Boris gets H in math and no less than L in 4 other subjects. This time the equation for Boris is H plus 4 is no more than 9, so H is no more than 5. However, if H is 4 or less, then M is no more than 3, so Alice's score will be no more than 19, which is again wrong. So H is 5, which again means that in order to get score 9, Boris must get 1 in all subjects apart from math. Therefore L equals 1. And again Claire must score at least M in all subjects but math. So her score is at least 9. But we know that Claire actually scored 9, which is her minimum possible score. Therefore, she has no other choice than getting 1 in math and 2 in all other subjects. This means that M equals 2. So what remains for Alice? M in math and 5 in other subjects, which evaluates to 22, just what we are looking for. The solution is found, and it is unique. So who got M in literature? Claire, of course.